Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Happy 4th of July for all of those out there in the United States. We're celebrating our Independence Day. If you've seen the 4th of July movie, it's very cool with the aliens. Second part is absolutely horrible. But welcome to the live stream, guys. So this is just going to be a Q&A. I want to take some time to kind of give back to you guys. If you have questions, go ahead and pop them in chat. We'll do some summons here. We'll do some stargazers on here. Also talk about the new patch that is coming up, which is going to be, patch note should be tomorrow. They usually drop on the Monday, and then Tuesday we'll see the patch that's coming up. Lazarus is here. Milton and Sheen Evil is here as well. So one of the big things that is coming in the patch that I absolutely love is, of course, the new field of stars. So we're actually getting a new field of star, a new star right here, which is going to give us invigorating essence. So the big thing that I've absolutely hated for a while is this gets really expensive. So every, I believe it's around like 2 times that you unlock this, it costs more and more diamonds as you continue to unlock further in the resonating crystal. If you look at my quantity, I have 4897 of these resonating stones. You do not get them, you don't get very many at all. Usually it's 1, 2, maybe 3 if you're doing some resets in here, or if you're collecting from the campaign. Most of the time it's 0. They take a ton of time to go ahead and build up. What's going on, Dark Blaine? Anthony's here as well. Is it even worth pushing past chapter 37? Really, William, it's kind of your personal preference at that point on how far you want to push. When you're pushing progression in the campaign, there isn't that much of a return on the benefit for the time you're pushing through. So if you've seen, and a lot of people were talking about this tales today, if you guys are up on Reddit or up on Discord, some of the achievements, there was a screenshot today that a guy tried, I believe, almost 16,000 times on the same stage. So it said after like 15,745 attempts that he finished a stage in chapter 36. So again, if you're going to take the time and if you're going to push through stages, it just takes a lot of time. Imagine macroing through and blowing through or completing a stage after 16,000 attempts, guys. That's right, 16,000 attempts they had on one of the stages in here. But one of the big things from the resonating crystal is when I go through my factions, light bearers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes that we could pop in the crystal, possibly utilizing those for the towers. So we have 5 in there. We have 6, 7 right here, still building number 8, 9 or 8, 9, 10, 11 that we could put in there to get these heroes utilized. And then we have 3 more here. So, I mean, we have 14 heroes here. I don't even have any room for the Celestials that we're building. I'm building up Athalia, building up Moriel. I don't have slots for them. Dimensionals, they don't go in the slots, but they get linked to heroes. And then same here. So even building up Zolrath, I don't have room for Zolrath in there. So we definitely need some more of the invigorating essence. Finally got Mythic plus Shamir and Ainz with plus 30. SI followed by Mythic Daemon. That's an SI plus 20. So happy. Why is Ainz so strong with his signature item? Ainz is very, very strong with his signature item because right here, it gets rid of the chanting phase. So his ultimate ability does an insane amount of damage. When you build up the signature item, it no longer has the cooldown. So getting rid of the cooldown the first 3 times, most of the time when he ults, if you have a plus 30 Ainz, most of the time when he ults, he kills 1, 2, sometimes even 3 targets, giving him 600 energy on the death of those targets, which usually allows him to ult. So a lot of times, especially in PvP, you'll see him ult almost back to back because of some of the energy that it gets here, as well as if there's anyone in the party that gives him haste or gives him energy, he will ult faster, guys. His ult, I believe it is capped at 16,000. I believe it is 16,000 damage. But looking at this, guys, his ultimate ability is 580% damage. It is crazy. It is crazy. There has not been another hero that can compete with the damage that Ainz can put out in such a short amount of period. Most of the time, especially if you're not pushing levels in the campaign, it still works. But when you're going through Voyages of Wonder, when you're going through Trials of God, Ainz will just destroy teams super fast. In addition, with some of his other abilities, even like this one, after 24 seconds, all enemies lose 30% of current health and are stunned. I mean, how powerful do you want to make one hero? Right there. You're going to lose 30% of current health and have a 4-second stun, which is a significant amount of time in this game to be stunned. He is just a monster when it comes to the damage he puts out. I still cannot believe they never nerfed Ainz. What's going on in the UK? The most retries. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same Dark Blade, around 600 tries. A lot of people, AFK Arena specifically has said that they don't ban people for macros, but it's frowned upon. It is kind of the stance that they've taken on macros. If you're sitting there and you are manually doing 16,000 retries on a stage, it's just absolute insanity. Doing good. Milo, how are you today? Mohammed, doing great. Ainz has no... Yeah, exactly. That's what makes him so strong, Anthony. It just destroys. What's going on, Braden? Bearing the question, who should I build first? Pharrell or Oden? Honestly, a while ago, I would say Pharrell. Right now, I would say Oden. Oden, guys, once he got his rework, he is crazy with the energy disintegration. He can wipe out energy on a hero. He can do his little dislocation. He has much higher attack, much higher haste out of here. He is super strong. Pharrell, you're going to build. Oden, you're going to build. I've had a lot of players build Oden first, and Oden works very, very well. Works really well in a lot of formations, but so does Pharrell. Honestly, Pharrell is always done well. Pharrell got a rework a little while ago. He still does awesome when it comes to the attack rating reduction and also the energy disintegration. They have really solid synergy between both of them. It's really good to see. But yeah, I would go with Oden. Since they did the rework in Oden, I feel like he can take you a little bit further faster than you'll see with Pharrell. It's not that fun, Ainz. Yeah, when you start getting in, I know a lot of people have talked about even going into the level 200 plus deficiency, which is crazy. That is a ton of attempts. Again, it can be done. It just takes time, guys. If you're running a 200 level deficiency, even here they're at 575, and I think we're at 440. So, I mean, we're about 130, 120, 130 level deficiency is usually where you want to be at. I would not be surprised if a lot of the players that are doing the massive level pushes are just macroing it. I'm assuming that they're just macroing through it, just letting it run until you get that 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 tries for the RNG to click and you to get it completed. Is Albedo any good? I've yet to use Dimensional Stones. Yes, Albedo, guys, is super, super powerful in any dimensional formation because of this. So during the battle, the defense rating of all dimensional heroes are increased by 25%. But during battles, the attack rating of all dimensional heroes are increased by 15%. So not only is she doing a massive buff to defense, she is also doing a massive buff there to the attack rating. In addition, with her 3-piece furniture, she gets this immunity, which is really strong. So similar to what Brutus brings, she actually gets a enraged state where she's immune to all damage and control effects. So she has this immunity for 10 seconds, which makes her kind of a necessity when it comes to the dimensional formations. I would definitely go ahead and build her. She works awesome. Oden it is. Yes, Oden does have to be maxed out. What's going on, Almighty Dark Lord? What's going on, Hyatt? I know, I was hoping a 4th of July code, but then again, from where the game's from, I don't know if Independence Day is celebrated in any manner anywhere else. I know it's for, United States of America, but did they drop? Yeah. No, they didn't. They didn't drop her yet. Rawa, we still got 2 more days. 2 more days. What happened if I build the God comp now? So Sony, the God comp still works well. The big thing with the God comp is it works well in unison, running them together with the God tier comp. The thing is, a majority of these heroes will do better in other teams. So a lot of them are kind of a complement to other teams that people are seeing. So you can run, Mahira with Rose. We've seen Lucy running with the Z's. We've seen the twins in it, a couple different formations. Rowan kind of fits in anywhere. This team will do well, and this team will continue to perform well. But ultimately, if you break apart this team, the parts of this team with other heroes works exceptionally well. It definitely works very well outside of here, and we've seen a lot of formations that we've utilized outside of here. Unfortunately, we don't see the twins in very many formations, and we don't see Taylene in very many formations any longer. These are really the key three that I see in multiple formations that help support other teams and can really bring a lot of utility, which I like. What I like. How do I get Ogi out of the resonating crystal? If you click him, you just have to remove him right here. It gives you a 24-hour cooldown. You just have to click him in that resonating crystal. Yep, just click him in there and you can get rid of him. After Iron Shoe, should I priority for the tier 3 stones? Oden, Rowan, Merlin. Honestly, I would go Hyatt. I would go with Oden. I think we've started building kind of Oden. Yep, we did. The big reason is when you look at heroes, when you look at the intelligence itself, is I wouldn't focus on the support casters. I wouldn't focus on building the support up because the support is going to be there to support other heroes. I would really focus on the heroes that you're going to utilize for damage, like Oden. I would go straight up damage before I would go support. If your support is dying way too quick, your damage probably isn't there. Preferably, I would go damage first before I would go with building up support, before I would drop stones on Rowan. I'll keep Rowan where he is and he will stay where he's at just because I want to maximize the damage. I want to kill the enemy to allow my support to work. What healer for Greyborn? Should I keep Silas to elite? Levi, I like Silas. Which Levi, I'm going to do the summons pretty soon. I got a date. I got a reply to your email. I did see it though. I would build Silas just because the thing that we're finding with Desira is her heals do take a little bit of time. So when you look at her Oceanic Mist, it comes onto the battlefield, but it comes onto the battlefield relatively slow. And with that, it only heals the back row. If you have heroes that are pushing forward, it takes it takes a significant amount of time to reach them if they're on the enemy side, where Silas is really strong because not only does he bring the heals and he brings multiple heals, but he also brings a 20% increase in attack rating, which is huge, guys. It is absolutely huge when it comes to the attack rating that he brings in there. What do you think is the most useless furniture in SI? I think some of it that I've noticed for most useless is heroes like Kaz. With her, 480? There's a lot of these heroes they need to even just rework here. But I've tried Kaz. I have Kaz maxed out on the FHG account. Short of the Abyssal Expedition, she does okay in there, but I really wouldn't say does well. Even having furniture on her, even on the Wilder account, the heroes die too quick. This doesn't really have a really big effect. There's so many other heroes that you can build long before you build a Kaz that they need to kind of work on. Your base is... Oh, is it, Jay? I haven't looked. I haven't played it. I haven't logged into Clash. I had 20-something days to go ahead and build it. Doing great, Tyler. Which artifact for Merlin? I keep him with the call. The big thing with Merlin, guys, which I built Merlin because I absolutely love the hero. I'm just waiting for the rest of the gear. I had tier stones for him when he came out. I would put him with the Durus Call for the simple fact, this is what you want, guys. All damage received by allied heroes is reduced by 35%. That is right, guys, 35%. Absolutely, I would you want him to ult as much as possible, especially because he can do the shield. If enemy is symmetrically positioned, uses the ultimate ability, you can also get a bonus shield from his ult. I would just run the call on him. Through all of the artifacts that we've gotten, guys, all of these artifacts that we've seen and all these artifacts we've gotten, the call is still the most powerful when it comes to support heroes. Absolutely. I was wondering if I'd be able to purchase the advancement rewards one again. I believe you can only, Idris, you can only purchase it once from my understanding, but if you miss purchasing it, you can pick it up again. I don't think they're giving the advancement rewards one again if you've already purchased it. I haven't seen it anywhere that says that you can still pick it up. What's my opinion of Moriel and Leofric? So Moriel, we're actually building right here. The only place that I've seen her utilized is in Dark Namora when it comes to the Twisted Realm. And Leofric is just kind of CC. If Sheen Evil is on here, I know he knows a little bit more. But Leofric overall, I don't even think we have Leofric yet. But both of them have proven to be very situational. That's what a lot of players have said. That's what a lot of players in casuals have said. That they are relatively situational when it comes to really getting them to work. I guess it is just very situational. I'll build them eventually. It'll probably take a quite a bit of time, but I think even with Leofric, you don't have to have him built up very much, and he still performs decently. Same with the furniture. I don't feel like this is a huge requirement because this is actually when he summons the totem, the Shadow Mastiff. But he'll do well without being fully built, similar to what we see with Mortis. Is he's good, but they've been pretty situational, is what I've used. Is the God Comp used in endgame? No, it is not. The God Comp, again, the God Comp has been broken apart quite a bit, and the heroes perform better outside of the God Comp. Absolutely. How do you get Eins? The only way right now to get Eins, you cannot purchase Eins. You have to garrison Eins. So you can actually exchange for these dimensional stones. In turn, you can buy Eins. The only way that you can get them through here is through the dimensional stones. So if you want to get them, it is right here through the garrison. Do I think Silas is better than Desiree? Yes, I do, Dark Mafia. Yeah, Silas, I feel, is better because he brings a lot more to the team. And like I said, a lot of players are not using Desiree when you start getting late in endgame because the heals are too slow. With the heals being that slow, your heroes are dead by the time that Oceanic Mist gets there. I feel like T3 on Rowan is just overkill. Yes, absolutely. T3 on a hero like Rowan. And my same feeling with support. If I'm putting tier 3 stones on him, it is really overkill. Even here, he doesn't need more attack. You know, he might use a little bit more defense, but ultimately, I feel it is overkill putting a lot on there. So Silas, Eins, Rosaline, Arthur, and Albedo for a formation. That would end up really good. That is a pretty good formation. Eins, Arthur, Albedo are usually the three that most players run together. The other ones are just support Nemesis to get them to ult. That's really the big thing. Did Merlin replace anyone in endgame Eins? A lot of players run him with Eins. So literally, it's very cool to see. So let me see where we're at. Right here. So a lot of people put Merlin in here instead of Rowan. I know it doesn't allow Eins to essentially ult as fast, but he does provide quite a bit in here when it comes to the healing aspect to the front line. And again, Eins ults fast enough, and he does quite a bit of damage. Just like that, guys. It's a tough group here, but we also do have Prince in here who chain stuns. Even if Merlin dies, he comes back to life, which is awesome. So just like that, guys, that is where Merlin has replaced a lot of what Rowan has done, but in a good way. Don't think that, swapping out Rowan for Merlin, anything like that is really ideal. The big reason for this being such a perfect exchange is Merlin he can keep the front line alive, which is what you need. You need support to keep the heroes or keep everyone off Eins. That is really the name of the game, guys. Only thing you're looking for is Eins to Alt, period. That is all you need to do, just like we seen there. But this frees up Rowan, and this is why I absolutely love Merlin more than anything, is this frees up Rowan to go in some of these other comps. As we know, Rowan is the best support in AFK Arena, and I'm just going to say it. He is the best when it comes to the energy potion, when it comes to being built. So that allows us to utilize him in a lot of different formations. So it frees him up, which is good. It's really, really good to be able to free him up. You get Thalia tomorrow. The trial, yeah, the trials. So tomorrow you'll see for Talia. Tomorrow will be the patch notes. Tuesday we'll see it drop on the live server. What formations do you recommend? I'm running into problems in 36. Vincent, most of them are just the ones that we see here, the winning formations. I run a couple different formations. If we can get into here. I run the Lucy Cheese, which this one I changed up a little bit because we've seen Alna Grez and Alna Damon come out really well. But I do the 5-pull. I'll show you the teams that I have here. This is what we've been running through 36 for you, Vincent. Is here we've been running Alna Grez. Oden, again, energy disintegration, displacement. Pharrell has crowd control, has displacement. And then Silas, of course, the heal. This one, we've done the 5-pull. Works amazing with Lucy. Literally stacks everybody here with her 9 of 9 Hellfire ability. It just burns them down very quickly. Here, of course, Eins with Merlin. I keep the Prince of Persia in here because we have built him. Another hero that I like. We've built him. We almost have him completely maxed out with the tier 3. I just really like how his chain stuns work. This one I've been playing around with the comp. We were running Mahira in here with Rose to just chain her ult. And then this one, we're just running the Damon comp. I know we have Orthos in here, so we've been kind of playing around with this last comp. Again, not really running too many different comps there, but some of the formations in here, like the energy cycle here, works really well with Kazard if you have him built. On the Eins comp, of course, and then Graveborn teams, a couple different ones. The Gwen team comp is one that falls off pretty hard, and Arthur's utilized in the Eins comp, so you usually won't use it there, but it works really well. What's going on, Abandon? Can you cheese with Merlin 9 of 9 with Seraphic Tide? That support artifact relies on the ult. Can you activate it? Yeah, it would start it at the start of battle. Yeah, the Seraphic Tide right here. So the first time the ultimate ability is used. So if you have Merlin's 9 of 9, he will use this the moment you walk in. So that'll generate 3 water orbs. Not sure if it's going to make up for the energy regeneration that you get. And maybe in a very short battle it could. But I think when it comes to the call having 15 haste and 16 energy points per second is still going to be better. I feel like the call is still going to be a lot better in there. Is Merlin used endgame in Eins? Yep. I've seen Merlin endgame PvP. Absolutely, guys. A lot of players have been using Merlin in here when it comes to endgame. And I think we just came in here. We won 2. We lost 1. We didn't qualify. But a lot of players have been running the Merlin Eins comp. We've seen quite a bit. This one had Nemitsu and Mortis. But yeah, I've seen a lot with Merlin in there for PvP. Is Lucy good at PvP? Lucy is pretty good. I don't see her in that many team comps, honestly. I don't really PvP very much, so I'm probably not the best one to ask for PvP. But look in here. I just want to see if we see Lucy in here. See, no Lucy in those teams. There you go. There's Walker. Look at that Merlin with Walker. How's that for a champion team there? In here, there's Lucy. Lucy with Zafriel in that combination. This one has Lucy Zafriel. Down here, they're only running 4 heroes, I guess, in this team comp. But yeah, no Lucy here. So some of them, some players are utilizing, there's Lucy with Zafriel again. So some players are utilizing that combination. There we go, Lucy Zafriel. So they are using her in there, and it's good because you have her built. That's really the big thing, is having them built. Is it better to level up heroes to 5 stars first using desired heroes? No. So the big thing, Warrior for God, that I focus on is getting more ascended heroes. So I don't worry about getting any heroes to 5 stars. 5 stars will come with time. The big thing with going from Mythic Plus to Ascended gives about a 20% stat boost. Adding the first star in there, so when you go from Ascended to 1 star, it only adds, it's around a 2.5% when you add a star on there. So burning your resources to get a desired hero is not really worth it because you want more heroes when it comes to the King's Tower. If I could get 1 star on one of my heroes, or if I could get another hero for one of these faction towers, absolutely I would go for another hero. It would definitely be worth it. I love the design of the new Mauler. Should I build her? It's a little too early to tell right now. I want to see exactly how well she's going to do. We have to wait till she's up on global. Give her about a week, and then we'll see exactly how well it's going to take. Yeah, Rain, I like I said, I would wait to see what formations that she works in. We don't have her here yet. Instead of over investing in her, if you're building her for the heroic ship, go ahead. But I wouldn't over invest in her right now because we don't know exactly how she's going to work on global. On paper, on test server, she seems really strong. There's probably going to be team comp she's going to work into just because she brings stuff to the team. That's really the big thing, is she does bring some dynamic to the team aspect. Is there something wrong with the stream? If I use less than 720, the video breaks. I'm not sure. Because if you use less than 720, we broadcast it pretty high. I believe it's broadcasted in 1080. So if you're going down to 420, Milo, it might break because it's broadcasted too fast. That could definitely affect it. I use Joker, Nakaruru, Yukio, Queen, and Prince in a formation. They all provide stuns. Yeah, that's very cool. And a lot of them dark that have been built together. So even a lot of the dimensionals, they're kind of built, they kind of play off each other, which is good. I was going to give Inoki Merlin frontline might be a good combo. And Taya Krenzaf in the back. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. The big thing with Inoki that I don't like, that I've always had, even the problem with the Mauler account, is they need to strengthen his shields. So when it comes to his controllability, when it comes to Inoki himself, he dies too quick. He needs to shield himself more. His shields need to be stronger. Regardless of how they do that, they need to be stronger. His aura in here doesn't do enough damage mitigation. The shields that he has doesn't do enough mitigation. They need more mitigation. And I've said this from the beginning. So the big thing when it comes to the tank, and this is what it is with the tanking class itself, when you start getting into higher level deficiencies, almost nobody uses tanks. So unfortunately, you get to a point where you're not utilizing tanks. The tanks that are sometimes used, Scrag, he has damage mitigation. Players use Arthur. Again, Arthur has damage mitigation. That's really the big thing when it comes to those classes, is if you have tanks, so if you have this tank spec, a lot of these tanks that do not have either heavy crowd control or damage mitigation just get completely run over. They just get absolutely destroyed because they lack the mitigation to mitigate any of the damage. As soon as a caster hits them, they don't have the HP, they don't have the defense, they just absolutely die. If they can't go like immunity like Albedo, they will just completely get melted, and it really does nothing when it comes to the tanking class because, again, the tanks are just getting destroyed. I've been saving up gold to enhance my gear, actually trying to finish out some of these heroes. Is there a good Raku team comp? Yeah, a lot of players have been running Raku with Arthur. So Arthur's aura with Raku has been working well. I know Raku has also been in the 5 pull. A lot of players have used Raku when it comes to the Eron like a combination, has worked really well. So you can definitely try that to work. I've got a secret Merlin comp that shreds the sword. Very nice, Lazarus. What's going on, Unreachable? Thank you for joining us. Trial of God is super hard. Yeah, if you don't have Aziz, guys, it can be hard in there, Sony. Big thing is with Aziz, even if you have them, I have a lot of players that will run Aziz in the Trial of God, and Aziz is very, very low. So I've seen them run it with an Elite plus Aziz, and it still works in the Trial of God, and they can still get through there. So it's interesting to see that Aziz, even on a very low level for a lot of players going through the Trial of God that don't have him built, it still works well. What's going on, Arda? Stop playing, but I'm here anyways. Well, thank you for joining us for the stream. Been struggling against Flora in 35. The only way to really counter Flora is kind of having a stall team to try to bring her down. Taylene works well. Thorin works well. A lot of players have also been using, you can use Yukio and Estrilda. If it's a Flora team comp where she's in the front, you can actually interrupt her before she flies, which is kind of a cheese. If she's in the back, you can't. She'll take off like she normally does. Yeah, and that's it, Quam. A lot of the pseudo tanks are better than the normal tanks. So it's kind of sad, especially like Rowan with his damage mitigation. He can mitigate way more damage than probably 80% of the tanks we have in AFK Arena just from having his damage control, just having this damage control mitigation. He can mitigate a lot more damage than a pure tank class can, which is kind of crazy. Can I see all your frames? Yeah, you can check out the frames. They are right in here. These are the frames we got. So we got the Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. Those are all from the Abyssal Expedition. This account was not created. This account was not here when Season 1 was here. So we do not have the Season 1 frame because the account was not created then. We do have the basic frame. This is the RO64 frame. The Brawlers frame, the Warriors frame, we're still progressing for those. Then, of course, we have a couple other here. Divine Embrace, the Final Encounter, and the Screaming Terrors. The Candle Flame, and again, we didn't have the first frame because it wasn't here yet. The account wasn't here yet. Anoki would get Merlin's 9 of 9 shield with Zone, plus I'm thinking Waistband of Resilience with Zafriel Stunning Heroes. Yeah, it could work. And I think Anoki is another hero that kind of has to build up a little bit, has to get the shields out there, has to have a little bit of survivability up front, or he just gets absolutely run over. Yeah, Raku Mahira, there you go. That's double crowd control. That's really, really strong. Who should I use in my Ainz team as a 5th member? Ainz, Albedo, Arthur, Rowan. The 5th member, Darky, I've been using Prince of Persia. A lot of players do also utilize Ezio. So a lot of players will put Ezio in that formation as the 5th. Again, anything that is going to buy him time is going to work. When are you going to begin? Oh, we can do the summons. Idris, we can do the summons. Yeah, we've been talking again. I love doing the streams, guys. Absolutely. I love talking, answering questions, talking through things. And it's one of the probably the best things that I love about AFK Arena, being able to talk to you guys and actually do the Q&A. And I know a lot of players love the Q&A. For me, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun explaining it. All right. So we'll get into the summons, guys. We have 21,000 diamonds. We have quite a few Stargazer cards. We have been farming the heck out of the King's Tower, guys. 241 floors deep, 121 floors deep here. We have farmed, I believe, like 60 Stargazer cards out of there, which is awesome. We have definitely got through there. All right, so let's see the Elite Stones, guys. I know we've picked up a couple of those. In total, we have 7 Elite Hero Stones. All right, fingers crossed. Celestials and Hypogeans are what we're looking at here, guys. Boom, we get Peggy. We got Titus. Titus is good. Satrana is good. Skarath is good. Rest of them, a little bit of food. Lorzen, he's getting his Union, so maybe a little bit better. Lorzen's pretty situational. Rigby, not really. Peggy, just like the rest of the Light Bearers, really doesn't have a place for anything, unfortunately. What's going on, Levi? Little donation there. Thank you. And like I said, I'll get up with you shortly. We'll get together and do some summons. Thank you, Levi, for the super chat. let's go ahead and knock out these summons, guys. 267 of our companion points. We have 58 of our scrolls. 21,000. We're still stargazing for Moriel. We got 60 cards, guys. Between the Voyage of Wonder, that has been getting 10 Stargazer cards every time, and then also the Celestials and the Hypogean Towers, we've gotten 60 cards in a week. That is right, guys. We have gotten 20,000 diamonds and 60 cards in a week, which is absolutely crazy. That's an absolute crazy, crazy amount. What's going on, Turtle? Thank you for joining us for the stream. All right, so let's knock out some of these summons, and then we'll continue our search for Moriel. Big thing with Moriel, again, which we've got an elite right there, guys, which is Pharrell. Very nice. How many stones should I save before cashing them in? King Sin, honestly, just cash them in as soon as you get them. There's no reason, there's no benefit, there's nothing. You're actually hindering your progression if you're saving resources, if you're saving stones, things of that nature. King Sin, because those are heroes you could be utilizing. That's food you could have gotten just by redeeming them. Redeem them faster. I save it because I want to do this when we do the streams. I save them up just to have them as the resources so we can do our summons out of here. So a couple more heroes there. We got a lot of scrolls. Those codes we've been getting lately have been awesome. Still have Desira in there, which I think we have 3 more days. We might have to do some Desira summons. But let's see. We got 58 here. Doing good, Felix. What's going on? Happy 4th. Abdullah. All right, so we know we're going to get some more elites here, guys. I would like to see a double or a triple would be awesome to see. And we still got some furniture to build on Merlin, which there's another elite. It is Solus. Solus is a hero that needs to be, the Floral Spectre aspect of her needs to be reworked. Honestly, it needs to be reworked. They need to fix that portion of her toolkit, and she'd work a lot better, guys. All right, so another single elite right there, which gives us Peggy. We've already got Peggy ascended. We haven't got her much further than that, but that gives us 50 more emblems. They're very nice. Let's see where Desira is in the ship. Big thing, we're trying to build the heroes out of here just because we want to get the ship, guys. We want these resources. So we got 1 star. We got the 6,000 Pokecoin. What's going on, Gary? Thank you for the super chat. Big shout out to Gary. Love what you do, FHG. Keep up the good work. Again, guys, I honestly, I do love making the videos. I love YouTube. I love interacting with you guys. That's why we do the stream. That's why I love doing the streams. We do 1 or 2 every single week, and it's very, very cool to see. I was going to select Summons Desira 2, but the new Mauler seems mandatory. The big thing, Nikon, with her being mandatory is you get 60 days. You do have 60 days. Here we only have 6 days left. So if I'm going to pull 1 or 2 more copies of her, that's really all we're going to get. And then she is gone, guys. Leofric, again, I'm not going to build him right now just because he is situational. And I need to build Moriel. With Dark Tomorrow, when Moriel was released, I went from being usually in the top 1 to 2,000 to being 4,000 plus. Because everybody within the Fabled realm brought Moriel in, and I don't have Moriel. We're still building her. Walker, I'm not too worried about building either. So you know what? Let's do a couple summons for Desira, and then we'll do all of our Stargazers for Moriel. Hopefully we can pull the 30,000 diamonds, but I really hope we can pull 4 copies out of here, which is going to add 2 stars to her, bringing her up 2 tiers, which is awesome. I need the Eins comp. Without Arthur, I'm free to play. Save up for Arthur. Honestly, Arthur is your priority, guys. When it comes here, when it comes to the Labyrinth store, short of, getting Merlin right now, Arthur, guys, is the biggest priority. Absolutely. He is such a priority in so many different team comps to go ahead and build out of there. Is Orthos good? What team does he fit in? Yes, Orthos is good, which there's a copy of Desira, guys. Orthos is good, especially with that 9 of 9 furniture. He does well in PvP. He's a pretty solid tank. Honestly, he is a pretty solid tank because when an enemy is attacking him or multiple enemies, he will freeze them. He'll actually time stop them, which is good. We need some doubles here, guys. Just another single, but that'll add one more star onto Desira. So very nice. Hopefully the next two can give us some more copies, a little bit more fodder. And our final pull here, guys, just some more fodder. So the next one would be another copy of her. But we got a card on the table, a lot more emblems in there. Maybe it'll be Desira again. I really hope we get another copy of her. It is Baden. He's another hero that needs some love. Honestly, he needs some love. So we got 3 more days. We're going to have to pull our last 2 copies in there. But let's see what we can do with Desira, guys. If you guys haven't noticed, too, one thing I want to share real quick. One, we know Taylor is coming out for the Maulers. Dolly is also talking about a warrior Graveborn hero. So kind of decoding her encrypted message. So there is going to be a Graveborn hero coming. And people are saying it's going to be a warrior. They were spot on when it came to with the Mauler Mage. So I'm thinking there's going to be a Graveborn coming next. And it's going to be a warrior class is what people are saying right now. So look for a Graveborn, guys. On my faction accounts, the Graveborns I am saving right now because we have the notion there's a Graveborn coming. There we go, guys. Some Graveborn faction gear there. Number 2 brings us Moriel. So there's another copy, guys. We want to try to build her up. We got to get her to Ascended to get that damage out of there. A couple more cards. And I'm loving farming the towers, guys. More faction gear. If it's faction gear, great. Faction list, they still have to work something out with it, guys. How do you get Eins? You can get them through the Garrison shop. So if another player has Eins, you can get him out of the Garrison shop. There's a Mauler card, double Mauler food there. Final pull. Hopefully it's going to be one more copy of Moriel. It is a Graveborn and a Lightbearer card. So we didn't get another copy of her. We only pulled 1, but we definitely have to be close on another copy, just like here. I'm just going to do 3 more summons. Maybe we can get to add another star on here. Nope. Didn't get another one. All right, let's pop open those cards, guys, and see what we get here. So Graveborn, we got, wanted it to be Desira. That one was Verk. I think I clicked a little too quick on that one. Got a copy of Solus and copy of Moriel. Didn't even get a copy of Walker. I would have liked to seen a copy of Walker in there as well, just because we get free loot from him. Not that I'm ever going to use him, but would have been free loot out of there. All right, so let's go ahead. We will continue our Ascended party here. Looks like Vulcan is gazing for Leofric on Sieves. Oh, very nice. All right, so let's see, guys. Look at the stars. Very nice. So Solus, guys, that takes her to 5 stars. There we go. So she is maxed out to 5 stars. Add a star to Rigby. Add a star there to Peggy. We're starting to see a lot of these heroes getting maxed out, guys. Even here, we have Zollrath will add a star. Verk will add a star. It's just going to take a couple more weeks, guys. A couple more weeks, and I think we'll have a majority of them out. Even Baden. That takes Baden to 4 stars. That adds another star to Desira. And hopefully we can pull a little bit more. We have another copy. So we almost have her to 3 stars. Ideally, with building the new heroes within the heroic ship, the big thing here is we get a free tier stone. So we're saving a lot of our guild coin there. We do get some of our enhancement tokens. But the big thing here is, one, I want to get these emblems. 30 emblems of death. Remember, guys, that is saving me 30 red chests. That is right, guys. That is saving me 30 red chests out of here when it comes to the Graveborn heroes. In addition, this is what you ultimately want, guys. The custom, the mythic furniture cards go for $50. If you buy them out of the packs, things of that nature, they're roughly $50 to get the custom mythic furniture scrolls. They are very expensive to get. So if we could add another star on here, I want to get those emblems. I want to make sure that we can pull her one more time to get those 30 emblems. Again, that's 30 red chests that we save out of there, guys. which is awesome. I wonder if we have anything in here. A couple more diamonds, so could be. Wonder if by chance. Oh, it is! It is Desira! Look at that, guys. I knew we were close. There she is. This is why I save all of my stuff for the streaming. This is absolutely why I save it for the streaming, guys. 400 diamonds from our weekly, and there we go. Another copy of Desira. So again, we'll go ahead and throw another star on her, and that will give us 30 of those emblems. 30 of the emblems, which is awesome. That is what we wanted. So that saves us, guys. Again, that saves us 30 red chests to go ahead and build up one of our Greyborn heroes, guys. 30. Is there a guarantee on Stargazer like after X Stargazers? Miles, it kind of is. So 6 to 7 is normal. I haven't seen anyone go through, I think after 7 Stargazers, so 70 pulls. I don't think I've seen anyone go there. Yep, so 7th pull is guaranteed. Yeah, that was awesome to see, guys. And of course, we do get Twisted Essence. This is, you get so little Twisted Essence, guys. The more you can accumulate this, the faster you make entire classes. That is right, guys. As we level this up further and further, the whole entire class, so every single tank here gets a buff, gets more HP, gets more attack, more defense, more skills or more abilities down here, as well as percentage base. So as my heroes get stronger, the Elder Tree gives us the higher percentage as we level up and get stronger, which is awesome. Guys, very cool to pull that copy of Desira. All right, so we got a couple more. Looks like we got some people. Urit's borrowing us some. I don't see him on here. I don't think, unless he's just not saying anything. All right, so we got 28,000 Poe coins. That's right, guys. In 7 days, we got 28,000 Poe coins to go ahead and build up. We are still looking for Merlin. We're still looking for both of them. We're still looking to add. Queen is almost done. If I can pull one more piece of furniture with Queen, we'll get her 9 of 9 maxed out and then move into some of our newer heroes. All right, guys, let's see if we can keep this mythic train going. So first pull gives us a piece for the Prince. He's already at 3 and back-to-back mythic pulls there, which gives us a piece for Antandra. She is almost maxed out too. I utilize her in the Mauler Tower. So since we've been using her a lot more, the Mauler Tower has been awesome. There's another piece for Desira. And I want to see that piece for Queen. I want one more in there, and we'll go ahead and max them out. Orthos or Zolrath, a lot of people in. I personally built Orthos first, and I like the tanking aspect of it. But everybody has said Zolrath. Zolrath, even when you talk to Sheen Evil, when you talk to a lot of the players that are further along, or Zolrath is higher in the priority list. So if you want to build Zolrath, he is a hero that only does what he does. So I would definitely go Zolrath. Again, even in priority list, Zolrath is higher than Orthos when you look at the list. There's another piece, guys, for Kazard. Nothing again for Merlin. We are shut down for Merlin support. That is 2 weeks in a row, guys, that we have none. Only time that I had this problem before is with Pharrell. Pharrell is a hero that had just sat and sat and sat for an incredible amount of time. Same with Raku. We have never pulled a piece for Raku to go ahead and build him out. Desira gets her 3-piece there, though. I think we have one more for Kazard. And there we go. We went to 5 with the Prince, which is awesome to see. So we got 2 cards on the table. No one, well, we could finish out Queen. You know what? I'm thinking we're going to finish out Queen just so we can drop her out of this list. But I'm thinking Kazard 9 of 9 is really strong as well. And we still want Merlin. You know what? I'm going to wait on Queen. We're going to keep it how it is just to see where we're at next week, because again, I want to build her out, but Kazard I want to max out first. Kazard is a hero I use, and we're starting to get a lot of the 9 of 9 furniture on heroes. We've been continually stacking this every single week. From Malaysia, question here, I have Taylene twins, Alna, Lucretia, all ascended. Mortis at Legendary Plus. Who should I stargaze now? So you have kind of you have Lucretia, you have Ulna, which are awesome. Taylene and Twins, very strong as well. Again, Flora and Wukong, I wouldn't bother building just because we get a lot of copies out of those. Out of here, Mahira is really a high priority. Mahira doesn't really require you to have her completely built. I mean, if you have her at Mythic, Ascended helps just for the damage factor, but she is actually a higher priority than Kazard, than a couple other heroes. She is quite a bit, again, she's a higher priority than most of them, especially because a lot of players have been running Mahira with Rose. So the combination Mahira-Rose has just allowed us to chain crowd control, so she can actually chain her ultimate ability with the duration that Kazard brings, allowing the enemy team to be mesmerized the entire time. A lot of players ask how people are getting, the level 200 level deficiencies. It's things like this that are kind of broken within the game because you can chain her mesmerize ability to nonstop. That the mesmerize ability just does not stop. You can literally, again, just chain the ability so she continues to cast it, which is kind of broke. Yeah, I would take Mahira up. There's going to be a point you're going to utilize her. There's going to be a point where you want to keep her alive longer. And she also does do a considerable amount of damage. Most of the team comp, even when I was running the God tier comp, she does a considerable amount of damage. She really does. So having her built, there's going to be a point where you're going to have more survivability for her, and you're going to have to build her up a little bit. You're going to have to build her up a little bit more. Same with Kazard. Kazard's another one that very unique to what he does. But right here, increase the duration of most negative debuffs, which are currently affecting enemies on the battlefield by 60%. Well, if you get a 60% increase in the negative debuff effects on enemies, that is what she's doing. That is what Mahira is doing with the mesmerize ability. So putting this negative debuff on the team, so you get a 60% increase in that. Again, allowing her to chain and cheese some of the stages. And a lot of people run Rose with Mahira with Raku, because Raku, again, with his abilities, you're getting a lot of damage, but you're also getting a crowd control aspect out of there. And you're getting, he does a lot of damage. Raku can do a lot of damage in a short duration because he buffs himself up. Attack rating is raised by 50% and haste is raised by 50 points. That is very, very strong. But he also does have the entangling shot, so he provides crowd control as well, which is good. Looking for my next Stargazer target, would you recommend Nizoth or Moriel? I would go Nizoth if you're looking at those two, Astro, just because short of the Twisted Realm, I don't see many places that Moriel is used. She's kind of minimal where she's used. I wonder if we got, yeah, we got the next tier of the Graveborn leveling up a little bit more. So we got both of these. Even here we're 4th, so we need a little bit more progression. And then here I think we're 3rd. Haven't pushed the main tower in a while just because we have all the other towers up. But let's see, guys. Here we were saving for Walker. We didn't get any more copies of Walker. So here we were building Anoki. Did we get any food? We have Scrag, we have Titus, so both of those are food. Brutus we still need. Yeah, we have food, but the new Mauler's coming, so wait. We're gonna wait there on the new Mauler. Yeah, Astro, I would build Nizoth. He's really strong. If you guys used him in the Battle of Blood, Nizoth is a very strong hero. A lot of people just don't utilize him. So here we have 2 food there, because we have Lorzen maxed out. We have Leica maxed out. So let's go this route. All right, so we got Legendary. There's Legendary Plus. There's our food for the tree, guys. But I believe that is Mythic Plus, guys. So look at that. There's Ascended. We'll go ahead and add some stars onto our buddy Almus. Still hoping maybe someday he's going to get some love. But that is it. Look, we have 4 Wilders here. We have 10 Wilders maxed. That's it. That's all the Wilders, guys. Every single Wilder is ascended. That's right. Ascended Wilders. We need a star here. So looking at the wish list, I think we have, which he's already in there. He's new, but I think we'll drop out Solus. And then exactly, it's just stars. That's it, guys. Stars, and they are done. We will have them all done, which 1, 2, 3, 4. So all 4 of those need stars. We'll add a couple more in there, and then we'll put in food. We'll drop Ira in here just because we have no more slots. We don't have anyone left to build. Most of the factions are getting there to the point of once we add 1 more star here, it's going to be right back to food. We're only going to have food in this list till the new Greyborn comes. Very cool to see. I just finished building Aziz from the Challenger store, so I'm confused who to build next. Zolrath. Demir, honestly, we went back and forth on this the last live stream, and I'm building Athalia. The big thing is we've seen Athalia. Athalia is utilized in a lot of comps. Athalia is utilized in a lot of PvP comps. It's an Ainz counter, but Athalia is really strong because Athalia, you can target a specific hero. So depending on who you want to target on the enemy side, you can target at the enemy side. Big thing with Athalia is she does have to be built. She has to be completely built out, meaning plus 30 signature item, 9 of 9 furniture to really be effective because she needs her bleed effect. If you guys used her in the Battle of Blood as well as a couple other places, she does have to be built for the simple fact that the bleed effect that she brings, which I believe it's right here, or maybe it's in the signature item. The bleed effect does a ton of damage, guys. It really does a lot of damage. That's why we're building her up. In addition, with the Celerity Tower or the Celestial Tower, she's used a lot. A lot of players that are pushing, once you get to a point, she can burn targets down really quick because she has a lot of dodge. She does a ton of damage, but you can target a specific hero with her, which is really, really strong. Honestly, when you look at the tower, a lot of the formations for players that a lot of players are starting to burn out of the Celestial Sanctum, but a lot of the team comps are utilizing Athalia, which that one, they got a lot of heroes built, but there's Athalia, even lower built. If you have Athalia, a lot of people are utilizing Athalia. From what I've seen, there's been a lot of Athalia utilization from a lot of different players as you're going into the towers. I remember you used to write probably about 12. I think around 12,000 is where we're at now because we're on VIP 15. It took a lot to keep track of, but I think we're at 15. We got 252 left to 16, so we're quite a ways through 15. So we'll get 100 Stargazer cards when we hit 16. We've really toned it down quite a bit when it comes to the pay to win aspect because the account has kind of gotten to a point where we have a majority of the heroes, just like you've seen with the Wilders. We have a bulk majority of the heroes, so we're not playing a lot of catch up. Even chess here. We have 60 emblems here. We have 120 here because we have a lot of heroes built. And we still have around 200 of our red emblems right there. Even after, we still have around 200 of our emblems right there. But we got enough for a stone, guys, which is another copy of Rose. In resource, I think we're on level 440 right now. So we're making a lot of progression. Yeah, and this account's on Google Play, and Google Play doesn't add anything for you. So literally I had to keep spreadsheets of what we were purchasing and what we were getting in the account, tailing them up to put them on here. It was a lot to go through to keep the tally of everything that we had. So almost is done there, guys. So very, very nice indeed. Wow. We got a lot of heroes done. A lot of stars added to heroes in here, guys. Only got 1 copy of Moriel though, but we're really close to getting another one. I don't think we have enough to build, but that'll take her to Mythic, so then we can build a Moriel. Again, we already have 120 of our Celestial emblems in here to go ahead and build her and continue to max her out. Then it's Athalia. We have Athalion, we have Zafriel, and that is it for Ascended. And here we have Nizoth, we have Leofric, and then we can finish off Zolrath and this guy right here, Mortis. And then, of course, those were all done. So we are definitely getting there. So what I do, so the trick that I use with the Heroes of Espria in the event is I've just been kind of parked. So I haven't really done anything in here. We just hit gold 3. Almost all of the records have been players attacking me. So I went up 2 entire stages with players attacking me. When we get to about 3 days left, I'll go through and just pump a lot of into this and put a lot of diamonds into it to go ahead and make all of our progression up here. Because we definitely want to get up here to get our points because we want the rewards, but we also want these. We've already got the first 2 frames, so we're collecting our points to get the HOE Elite frame, saving up for this one. We got the first 2 already, so we'll definitely make some progression. Big thing is every day that players are pushing through here, they kind of do a yo-yo effect when they're going through here. Damar, I want a lot of players, especially the higher players, to just literally push up here, push up to where they want to be and where they want to. But while I'm still way down here, I can spend, a couple hours and some diamonds and just burn through this pretty quick. We can burn through all of this pretty quick because, again, a lot of the stronger players have already made a lot of progression through here. So they've already made a lot of progression. In addition, it gives you really good rewards. Guys, as you continue to go through here, you get more and more rewards. Even there, we go into Stargazer cards, which is awesome. This is what I want to get, though, those league points, though. So even here, I mean, we get 10 of these chests. That's a lot of scrolls in here, guys. We get Stargazer cards. We do get some more tier stones, which is awesome. The more that you can push in here, I would like to get in the top 500. That would be awesome to get. But we'll have to see when we start grinding up there. Because even then, I'm not worried about the metal. The metals I could really care less about. But you get the same rewards for 500, 300, and 100. Short of the metal, but very cool to see. So we will get there. I'm in Diamond 3. Do you think I can make it to Diamond 1 at level 272? You should be able to. You really have to be selective on your battles. That's really the big thing. Being more selective on the battles, seeing, kind of pick and choosing what your battles are going to be in there really make a big difference. So what do you think about Walker? No, Walker is nothing. He is completely useless as of right now. Same with Peggy. There's a lot of other heroes, even in the Lightbearer Tower, that you could replace easily versus using Walker or Peggy. That'll perform a lot better than she does. All right, guys, so that will do it for our stream for tonight. Big shout out to Levi and Gary for the super chats. This is the pay to win account. Anything we get for this account is what we put into it to really build it up. That's how we've gotten to build it to the point that it is now. But happy 4th of July for all of you that are celebrating 4th of July. Love doing the live streams, guys. It is absolutely awesome to do the Q&A sessions. I love all the support. We are over 18,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. At 20,000, we're going to do a massive giveaway, guys. We're at about 18,100 right now. So we are making a considerable amount of progression every single day when it comes to AFK Arena, which is kind of absolute crazy above anything that I thought it would be. But guys, again, have a happy 4th of July. Make sure you're careful with the fireworks. Keep all your fingers and toes. Don't want anything to happen to anyone, but I know people can get a little bit crazy out there. So again, guys, thank you guys for joining me for the stream. All the love and support. And as always, thank you guys for watching.